And if you look to your left, are you guys on StreamYard regularly or?
Well, this is the third time I was on with Odessa and Kevin J. So
wonderful, wonderful. So you guys can see the comments coming in. So we'll get those questions as well too.
I guess I should put my old lady glasses on then.
I have the same problem. Hi everybody. I am just wondering if we are already being shadow banned here. We have 0.
No way.
Tuning in. Oh, here they come. No, we're doing good. Here we go.
Yay!
See, this happened to me once before when they didn't want messages out. They would not let any viewers in.
Wow.
And it's just crazy. So
well, we were on the Kevin J show the other day, and in the middle of our live broadcast on Jody's laptop, the cursor started moving around and Windows started opening up on her computer.
Yep. Welcome to CSIS, my friends.
Right?
Canada.
You're doing something right when they're attacking you.
Canada. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Children's Health Defense. I am Amanda Forbes, and today I am sitting down with Dermot Pomeroy and Jody Ledgerwood, the founders of Game On Canada. I needed to have you guys on because, number one, I absolutely love this initiative. Okay. I'm going to stumble over my words because I'm emotional about it as well. Anything that has to do with kids, I get the goosebumps and stumble and whatnot. So today we wanted to let you guys talk about Shinny Night in Canada, the event that's coming up for kids that you guys have totally organized and completely rocked out of the park already. And it hasn't even happened yet. So let's talk about when that is.
Okay. So on October 13th at 4 p.m, we're asking everyone to show up. It's a kids initiative. It's down at Scotiabank Arena. The Leafs are playing the Habs for their home opener at 7 p.m. We want to get down there, get our kids down there, and let them have some fun. And we're organizing a good old-fashioned game of shinny. It's going to happen on Bremner Boulevard. And we'll have multiple games going at the same time, depending on how many people are signing up. And you can sign up by going to the website, gameoncanada.org. There is a registration sheet there. We will not share your information with anyone else. We're just trying to get the numbers so we can get the logistics of it. We will also be doing some basketball. This is all kid-friendly. It's a kid-friendly event. We will have some gift bags to give out. There will be some pro athletes there, retired NHLers, UFC, former UFC fighter. We have a lot of interest. I know people are waiting for name drops. There's a little bit of logistics that they're going over right now. And, I think what it is, nobody wants to be the first name. So we've got quite a few of them right now. And the phone calls are coming in. The emails are lighting up. So we do, trust me, there's going to be some big names down there. We also have Dr. Imad Gurgis. He's actually going to MC the event. We have Dr. Byron Brittle. We also have some musicians and everything. We're not going to confirm them yet because there's lots of interest in it. We're just trying to put the package together. That's basically what it is. And the reason we're doing this is because our children are being forced mandated vaccines to play sports, not just hockey, but multiple sports. I am a hockey dad. I'm a father of 3. I'm a former rep hockey coach who gave up coaching because of what was going on. My kids are not playing hockey right now. I'm also a baseball coach. They're not playing baseball. And so that's basically what the initiative is.
That's amazing. And it ties in so well. I didn't mean to cut you off, Jody. I do want you to say whatever you were going to say. It ties in so well because Children's Health Defense Canada has partnered with a bunch of coaches from across Ontario, mainly right now, but are setting up these freedom leagues with ex-NHLers and retired coaches and the whole 9 yards. And we are giving people a way to get those kids in discrimination free for the entire season. This is probably the best kickoff I think I've ever heard of. Like, I am so excited with this. I have goosebumps. Like, I literally have goosebumps, and I am hoping I can move a whole bunch of stuff around to be there. But what can people expect at this event? What are they looking at? Like,
go ahead, Jody.
We're going to have basketball nets set up on the sidewalks for those who don't play hockey, because we know not everybody's a hockey player. And then we're going to have the hockey games set up on the street, like good old fashioned days, cars coming, pull the nets, what have you. It'll be a 3-on-3 situation, and hopefully we're hoping to have about 15 to 20 games going at one time. And we will be subbing in every 2 to 3 minutes. We'll blow a whistle and the kids will sub out so that everybody gets fair play, because it's about fair play and it's about the kids, right? We plan on having a stage there with music pumping, just like you would in a hockey game. You've got the music pumping, you've got the crowd talking. We have LCD screens that we hopefully will be able to, if we get the videographers, we're looking for videographers, everybody. If we get the videographers, we're hoping to live stream the kids playing on the big LCD screen. We will be live streaming this as well on different internet and social media channels. So if you can't be there because you're in perhaps another province, you can still participate and donate and what have you. We will be having some speakers, but that's not going to be our main focus. We do have the Canadian frontline nurses coming down. They've agreed to be our first aid and triage. So yay! Thank you, ladies. Thank you. That's so awesome. Sarah and Kristen committed to that, so that's fabulous. But at the end of the day, we expect to have a whack ton of parents and kids just laughing and having a good time and remembering what it's like to be on a team, right? And that's what it's about. I know in our meeting this morning, I think we had, was it 59 kids have already signed up? And I think we just put the registration up a day ago, I believe. So in one day, we've got 59 kids already signed up. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
Jody and I, our emails have been blowing up. We can't keep up with them. I mean, there's another reason we're getting lots of emails. We'll get into that another time. Jody can talk to that. But we're getting so much interest, and the stories we're hearing all across the country from, can you please help me? Can you please help me? We just got a call today. There's a lady who had 2 of her kids kicked out of school. Her son is 12, I believe. 12, and the other kid is 7. Now they have to do at-home learning. They're kicked out, and the kid can't play football now, even though they're outside. There's no mask restrictions or anything like that. He's not allowed to play football. And there's tons of stories like that. Please help us. Please help us. It's incredible, though. I will say one thing: the amount of emails we're receiving. There's a lot of people that we've never heard of that are aware of what's going on in the world, and that's a positive sign. They're looking for help. People who've never heard about these rallies going on, who've never heard of, never heard of you, never heard of me, never heard of all these different platforms that exist, that are fighting for the people, for the kids, for all the initiatives. So the good news is there's a lot of sleeping people just waking up. And, I want to mention a guy by the name of Joe Anager. He's a guy who just he's a hockey dad just like me, and he had enough. He's trying to stand up for his kids because being forced mandated vaccines. Jabba jabs.
The jabba jabs. The Odessa word. We've got the Odessa word.
So we're trying, it's not that we're against it. We're not anti-jab. We're just
it's pro-choice. It's all about pro-choice.
Yeah. We're anti-discrimination.
That's it, exactly.
And segregation. So this Joe guy decided, you know what, he's got to do something. And, he's like, what can he do? So he just started a Facebook group, and all the parents just started joining on. And it's called Youth Sports Freedom Fighters. He's got 9,000 parents right now that are screaming for help. And he heard about me. So he reached out to me and he said, I heard that you were doing stuff for the kids, whatever. We connected up. He talked about maybe we could start like a cowboy hockey league on the side to get around all these mandates. So we kicked a few tires on it. Then we found out that there was some people doing it in Toronto. And I can't do everything because I'm committed to certain things. So I'm being involved as best I can. Yeah. But what ended up happening was I was invited to speak at the PPC event at the CBC building a few weeks back before the election. So I was going to go down and speak about Game On, which was an initiative that I'll get into a little bit later, but it was started a while ago when the parks were being shut down and the kids couldn't go and play. So we started hosting park play dates and whatever. And it grew. We started doing baseball games for the kids. We started doing all kinds of stuff for the kids. So Joe had heard about me, this Game On, and he asked me. So then Sherry St. Louis from Take Action Canada, along with Ryan Penn, they had reached out to me in the past, and they said, we love what you're doing. We'd like to start an initiative with you, as we don't know what it looks like, but you look like a great guy to be a spokesperson for it. So anyhow, we kicked tires. Game On was born. They designed me a website, and the idea was anyone and everyone in Canada, if you're doing any kind of initiative to push back against the lockdown measures or, discrimination that's happening, if you wanted to host a play date or a baseball game or whatever it was in your city, anywhere in Canada, just send us the information. We'll put it up on a site. The idea was to get Game On, the hub where everyone can just send their information. And it started doing that at the beginning, but then within no time, the masking or the lockdown measures were lifted. So, kids just went back to their normal lives, so to speak, going to cottages and all that stuff. So there was really no necessity to keep doing it. And, we get busy with our lives. So fast forward now, mandatory jabs, to play hockey or any sport for that matter. And people are reaching out. So we said, well, maybe it's time to resurrect Game On. And at the same time, Sherry St. Louis reached out to me again and said, can you speak at the PPC event? So I was going down to speak. I'm like, I don't really have any events planned, but I got to think about something. So on the way down, but just before I went down, Joe had reached out to me and I said, maybe I should get Joe up there and announce what he's doing and just raise awareness that we're here, reach out to us, we'll find something to do. And then at the same time, Jody had this information package on all the laws that are being violated. And we're not going to get into that now, but
we are going to follow up with that.
100%. This right now, we're talking about the kids. And obviously the laws are important to tie into it. But so I just said, you know what, I think, Joe, you need to be up there. And then I'm like, Jody, you need to be up there. So I've got about 6 minutes. Maybe I speak for 2, Joe will get 2, and you'll get 2. So anyhow, as it turned out, we got down there and some of the speakers weren't really ready and the MC wasn't there. So we got to ramble on a little bit longer.
We got about 20 minutes.
Yeah. So it was great. And from that, our emails exploded. That's where it started. And people were reaching out for help. So I'll let Jody tell you the story about, well, before I get to that, we had a follow-up
He talks a lot.
I do.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, we had a follow-up meeting after that because our emails were exploding, and they said, okay, maybe we should get together. We have other people that have some tentacles. They can pull people together and help us, launch any initiative we had. Now we didn't have an initiative, so we had the meeting. We met these players that were involved, not players, but like the other people who wanted to help and use their platforms. And so we said, okay, we'll reconvene tomorrow. We'll have another meeting. We'll have a follow-up. Think about things you can do. So as soon as we get off the phone or off the meeting, I'll let Jody pick up the story.
So we get off the meeting, and I'm a soccer mom. I've coached soccer for the last 15, 20 years. I usually have 2 or 3 soccer games going. I've been a rep coach. I've got my certifications. And I'm a big part of the local theater group here, running youth theater camps and that sort of stuff. So all of that stuff came to a halt with the lockdowns and what have you, right? So all these kids are suffering. And then we hear the announcement, okay, we're still open for business right at the moment. So the kids get to play, but then they make the announcement of mandatory jabs on our children. And between Dermot and I, both of us were pretty angry, because our kids are our lives. I've got 4 under my care. He's got 3 under his care. They're very active and their entire lives have come to a halt. I've got 3 that were supposed to go off to post-secondary. Only 1 ended up going off. The other 2 have postponed it because they don't want the mandatory jabs. Mm-hmm. So we both are suffering in our household with our children that have lost their lives. And from that, we come out of this meeting and we were told, like, bring back some grassroots ideas that we can hopefully throw around tomorrow morning. We get off the phone call and I'm like, you know what? They're making our kids get jabbed to play hockey. This is ridiculous. We need to go down to the arenas where the NHLers are playing and have a street hockey game out there with our kids. I've had enough. And Dermot's like, whoa, wait a minute.
My head exploded.
And he gets on his phone and he's like, wait a minute. Season opener. When is it? Oh my gosh, the Leafs are playing the Habs October 13th. I think we've got an idea.
Yeah. So that's how it was born.
Exploded.
Yeah, well, the one part Jody forgot was when we came out of the meeting, we picked up our phones and we're just looking through social media, and that came across. I can't remember who it was. One of our screens that the
OMHA.
No. It was the what do you call it? The Scotiabank place was now allowing up to X amount of people, and I think it was like 9,600 or something, as long as they had the double jab. And so I was angry, Jody was angry, and that's when Jody said, you know what, we should go down there and protest or whatever. And I was like, and as quick as she said it, I just kind of dismissed it. But then within 20 seconds, I was like, that's it. And my head exploded. I'm like, yes, we can do this. So that's how it was born. And, there's a lot of people. It's not just me and Jody. And, you said at the beginning that we started Game On Canada. I mean,
Rise Up Durham.
Ryan Penn from Take Action Canada and Sherry St. Louis, those are the people who reached out to me, and they were instrumental in all of this. They told me to come up with a concept. They said, I can have carte blanche, but would I like to be the spokesperson? So we kick tires. They've been a big part of it. They're there at my fingertips whenever I. Well, could you try again?
Siri.
So they're huge, right? They're in the backgrounds doing tons of stuff. They're and they're at our fingertips. If I need any tech help, I reach out to Ryan. Like, these guys designed our website free of charge, and they introduced us to other movers and shakers and stuff. So we're having meetings with all these people, and it's a common goal. I mean, people ask me, what do you expect to come out of this? Like, it's a Shinny game, and I'm like, the optics on it. If you can get thousands of kids and parents down there, and there's no reason we shouldn't have 10,000 or more. There's no reason. People are reaching out everywhere, loving this idea. If we can get them down there, you already know you're going to have 10,000 fans going to the game because they bought their tickets. They're going to see us.
That's right.
The media is going to see us. So
hopefully we capture the media's attention, because nothing
I don't
else seems
think
to be
you're going to give them I don't think you're going to give them a choice right there.
Yeah, well, that's the idea, right?
Right.
And to let
We figure people will pull
are...
out their cell phones and it'll go viral. Just people recording their kids playing out front of the Scotiabank, and hopefully that'll open people's eyes to what is going on and how wrong this is to punish our children for being healthy. It's crazy to me that we're punishing our children for being healthy.
Yeah, and just to let you know, this is not going to stop here. We know this. They're already talking about jabba
the younger kids.
5 to 11.
5 to 11. And I just had this come across my messages today. Someone sent me an email. There's a school somewhere in Nova Scotia that right now are mandating mandatory jabba jabs to go to school. So I wish I had that information in front of me, but it's in Nova Scotia. Someone screenshot the letter that came from the school letting the parents know that your kids are going to have to be double jabbed.
Like, do people not understand that this battle was already won back in 1984?
Yeah,
right.
Like, by the Supreme Court, it was already ruled they were not allowed to be mandatory. Without exemptions in place. Now, they don't ever talk about the exemptions, but this was already a won battle. Sorry, we're going to win it again. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Jody, tell them about the Immunization Act of 1997.
Well, it says the same thing, because Canada has a constitution that guarantees everybody life, liberty, and security of person and property. Well, security of person is your health, right? It's your body, and because of that, those are secured under the Canadian Bill of Rights and under the Constitution, and that's all free of discrimination.
Yeah.
And what they're doing right now, saying, well, you can play if you're jabba jabbed, but you can't, and you can go into this restaurant and you can't, that is discrimination. We are creating a two-tiered society that is based on people's health. It's the most crazy thing I've ever heard of in my life.
But you're watching it backfire. It's backfiring in every way. So what they think is going to be a good thing and force us into a corner just pulls everybody's fire out of their belly more. Like, we are creating from the ground up better organizations everywhere. If you think that the OMHA is going to recover from something like this with many pissed off parents, you're wrong.
No way.
This Freedom League is going to take over, because this will never happen.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I was in a Zoom yesterday with, I'm not going to say who, but I'm not going to say who's spearheading it, but I was in a Zoom yesterday with some of these people who are organizing these Freedom Leagues. They got a backlog of players that they can't find ice time for. So there's people there waiting. They're looking like, so, the biggest thing is finding ice times and stuff. And,
and it's amazing how all of this has actually united people that never would have united in the past. It's incredible. We have a team called Rise Up Durham, and we gel so well together. People always say, well, how long have you guys known each other? It must be forever. And we're like, no, we just met a couple of months ago, or we just met a year ago. And that was another initiative that Dermot thought of a year and a bit ago, was Rise Up Durham. And it has brought all of these people from all different levels of financial security and backgrounds together, and we're working as a team. And you never in a million years would have seen that before all of this happened. Never. I never would have been friends with these people, because our paths never would have crossed. And
Yeah.
yet here we are, a united group, and we're working together and working with initiatives, and everybody's got all these amazing ideas. And this is just another one of those amazing ideas that is going to put a smile on our kids' faces at the end of the day. It's something they're always going to remember. Like, I remember way back when they had SARS Fest. That still sticks with me. And I think this is going to be SARS Fest for our kids this year.
Oh,
I really do.
yeah. Yeah. And another thing too, right? Like, it's the resilience that's going to come out of our children with this. They are watching how we react and how we handle this. And I'm telling you, 98% of us have handled this with so much grace and love and kindness in our hearts. But what I'd love, I think what I'm going to love seeing come out of this even more right now in the long run is that we know they're going to push back. They know they're going to close the arenas and try to punish these kids. But these parents take it another step. Well, here we go. Use my property as a rink. We'll create outdoor rinks. Then our
My house was a pool all summer long.
Right?
Yeah, I lent out my pool all summer long to a bunch of kids for swimming lessons because they couldn't swim anywhere else unless they were jabba-jabbed.
Yep.
So my pool was a swimming lesson pool for free for these kids twice a week. It was incredible. My kids are going, Mom, there's a bunch of people in our backyard. I'm like, yeah, it's swimming lessons.
We are finding so many golden people in the community, right?
No, it's amazing. And even we've had people reach out to us and offer up, parts of their property to build hockey rinks and stuff on. And I'm a carpenter by trade. I'm a kitchen and bathroom renovator. I do all kinds of construction and everything. And, they're asking me, what can I do to help? Of course, my mind doesn't think about the fact that I have a voice. Maybe I can raise a few dollars by asking for donations. I'm like, yeah, I can build it. And I'm like, when am I going to find time to build a hockey rink? But either way, right, we facilitate it. We'll make it happen, right? So, and honestly, it's happening everywhere. Like, people are coming out of the woodwork, wanting to help. I mean, the bottom line is people are following their heart. They're following their moral compass, right? I mean, a moral compass can only point you in the right direction. You got to have the heart to go there, right? You got to have the courage. And there's a lot of people right now, especially, you back these parents into a corner with their kids, they come out swinging, and that's what's happening.
The kid is the trigger. The kid is the trigger, and they pissed off that wrong group.
That's it.
And I have to say, the mama bears, a lot of the mama bears are braver than the papa bears. We're seeing that, right? So, people ask me all the time. The movement
is definitely full of a lot of moms out there, and they're mad. You don't mess with their babies. You just don't. They're mad.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we can all attest to this. I know you've been speaking out for a long time, Amanda. It's not very popular at the beginning. It's a little bit of a lonely road. I mean, I spent many nights awake till 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and then finally start falling asleep when it's time to get up to work, and you're going on empty, and you can't shut your mind off. You're an emotional wreck. I mean, those days are kind of past me now because I'm just confident in the fact that we're winning. I used to take hits from people, friends of mine turning on me, telling me off. I used to have Facebook fights and stuff with people, and I don't even do that anymore now. It's kind of like going through what would you call it? Grief, right?
Grief.
You have a trauma that happens in your life.
Grief.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I dealt with that for the last year, and for the most part, it doesn't bother me anymore. It really doesn't. I don't care what anyone thinks of me, and for the most part, a lot of people who were bad mouthing me, my family members and stuff like that, they've come around and apologized and said, you know what, you were right. Like 18 months ago, I was telling them that these mandatory jabs were coming, and what's coming next. I'm not even going to get into that, but I told them this. Now they're finally starting to scratch their heads and say, wow, wish I'd listened to you. And it's not just me. There's tons of us saying that. And you just got to, stand in your square, as Jody says, and, speak your truth. And, eventually, you're going to have a lot of haters, but they'll come around, and that's what's happening now, right? The collective consciousness of mankind is starting to wake up to this. Yep. And, the grief that I went through at the beginning, I used to get angry when people used to, say something to me outside. I get into arguments. I'm beyond that. And, I got to say my kids, especially my oldest son, who's 14, we kept him out of school last year because, we just didn't want him participating in it. And he's totally aware of what's going on. He is. So he kind of wanted to go back this year. And I said, you know what? It's up to you. I said, but if I see something written in laws or something where they can, if they're changing, I'm going to pull you out. I said, so I'll send you back. I said, that whatever, it's all BS. He said, yeah. So anyhow, I said, just if you want to play the game, play the game. So I left it on him. So obviously some of the kids know who I am, and they know, that, Logan is anti-jabba jab, so to speak, or pro-choice, I should say.
Pro-choice.
So he's getting a little bit of pushback from people. Now he's going through the grief and anger, and he's arguing with them, and he's coming home. I'm like, Logan, just take the high road. Don't worry about it. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. And he's starting to get it now.
It's a journey.
Kids are kids.
It's a journey.
Yeah. So I said,
and the fact that they're learning this at this age now, it makes me so proud. They have something that we didn't have.
Yeah. That's the thing. I spoke to I spoke to both my boys, but the 12-year-old, I said the other day, I said, I know Daddy's not around a lot, and it breaks my heart. And I'm going to tear up now just thinking about it. But I came home and he was doing the dishes, and I'm like, that's not even his job. And I'm out, and I'm neglecting my duties because I'm too busy with everything else. And I'm as much as I'm doing this for the kids, I'm not spending enough time with them. And I said, I'm really sorry that you have to. Sorry.
It's short-term pain for long-term reward.
And that's it. It's sacrifice.
All of us in this fight, that's what it is. And I know I'm never home either. And my daughter said, she called me up. She's out in BC at school, and she called me up and she said, when are you going to start being a mom again? And I was like, you know what? I am being a mom. And you don't get to see me a whole lot right now, and you don't get to talk to me a whole lot right now, but this is temporary, because in another year or two, I'm going to be all over you, smothering you again. So they used to call me the smother because I was so involved in their lives. I was in the schools. I coached all their teams. I was the dance mom. I was the soccer coach. I was the library reader, the hot dog lady. I was that person. I was so involved, and all the friends knew who I was. I was Coach Jody, or I was Mom. Everybody called me Mom or Coach, and that was how it was. And they used to say, "Oh my God, you're smothering us," and I'm like, "Well, do you want me to back off?" They're like, "No." And now they're going, "How come you backed off? Where are you?" I'm like, "I am doing this for you. I had a life of choice. Right now, you guys do not, and I want you to have a life of choice." So. Yeah, you're going to miss me right now, but I'm giving up my motherly duties to do a bigger thing, being a mom to everybody versus just you guys. And that is so much more important than this temporary thing.
Yep.
And it is temporary.
It is.
But it's us parents who love these kids, who want to see a future for them, a future of choice and love and peace. We have to give up right now a little bit of ourselves and a little bit of our home lives in order to make that happen for them. And it's so going to be worth it in the end. It is.
I agree. 100%. Are you guys getting feedback from me?
No, I'm not. No.
Okay, weird. I'm getting an echo, but that's usually what's going on. So I just want to say really quick, I agree with you 150,000%. I don't want my kids fighting this fight. I want them watching to see how to fight this fight in case they ever have to. No. But I don't want them in the gutter trying to win this. That's my job. That's why I'm here.
Absolutely. And, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Number 2, guys, for everybody watching, please like, share, comment, because I can see them screwing with the algorithms, and the likes are decreasing as I'm looking at them. So you know what that means.
Speaking the truth.
Shadowed.
Right. The next one I wanted to ask, because I've seen a couple comments here in the comments section. Do people need to sign up, or can people just show up and participate?
I would prefer they sign up. And the reason being, there's a lot of organization involved in this. So I prefer you sign up. There's no obligation to, but it just helps to know that, okay, we got, X amount of people. And it's not just that. On the sign up, it gives you, the age. So we can try and kind of group them together a bit. Okay, we'll have 6 and 8-year-olds playing on this spot. But if people just show up, we can spend an hour trying to organize the games. Yeah. We know that people are just going to show up. But for the most part, if you can, please go to the website, GameOnCanada.org. And there's also, a place where you can leave your email. You don't have to; it's optional for something, just to subscribe.
Email updates.
But we can put you in an email list and just send you out updates of what's going on or future events. I mean, for the most part, everyone that's coming on is on board with what we're doing. So give us your email and we'll fill you in. And it's easier for us. to communicate. And, if you want to plan a second event, something, whatever, and we're hoping this takes off. I mean,
It will.
Yeah. So to answer your question, you don't have to sign up, but I'd prefer you did.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Okay. And what's your projection on the amount of people that you're expecting?
I would say 10,000 plus.
Yeah. I think so. This initiative has gone viral everywhere. Everybody that we talk to and all the different interviews that we've done, and even just blasting it out on our own social medias, people are excited. And just from the legal initiative, people are going on our website to get that, and they're seeing this and going, "Oh my gosh, I had no idea you guys are doing this as well."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think 10 to 20,000, maybe even more. I think it's going to be bigger than the worldwide rallies. I really do, because we're talking about kids, and people are passionate about their children. And this is a fun day that families can come down and participate in. And it'll be a safe event, a happy, positive place for them to just go and be kids, right?
And there'll be a place for photo ops with some of these professional, and retired and current athletes and stuff that are going to be coming up.
I wish we could tell people who was coming. I really do. I'm like,
I want to give it a few more days because I've got 3 former NHLers committed. They asked me not to say their names yet, and they're trying to, they're networking with a few others that are tire kicking. So we're trying to, basically it's up to people to share this and get excitement around it. And once that happens, I think they'll start dropping like dominoes. So,
and who do we want to come out, Dermot?
We want Don Cherry. This is Don Cherry. Your name is written all over this, buddy. I hate to put you on the spot, but you're a person who stands up for the little man. And what more little man than our kids? And this is our forefathers fought for this. After World War II, they came out with the Nuremberg Code, written right on in there. No medical experiments, no forced jabs and stuff like that. And that's what's happening. Our forefathers, fought for this. You are the first guy to have a poppy on a hockey night in Canada. Well, it's time for you to come out to Shinny night in Canada. Get this to Don Cherry, buddy. We're having a jersey made up for you already, buddy. So,
yep. So anybody out there, if you are connected to Don Cherry, share this out. Don, we are pleading with you to come to this event.
Yeah.
The children would be over the moon, and that's all we want in that regard.
And if I can touch on one more. We do. We love you.
We love you, Don.
We totally love you.
I was going to say also too, we didn't mention this. We have a massive PA system that we're renting, a 10,000 watt PA system on a truck with the scaffolding and the lights on it. And then we're going to have a big LCD screen on top of it. And we're going to live stream the games of the kids playing. We're going to videotape them, and we're going to have a play-by-play of what they're doing. This will be live stream. So unfortunately, this costs a lot of money. And we have a quote today that finally came in. It's basically $8,000, $7,900 or something. Yeah. So that's what that's going to cost. And like I said, Jody's already put a ton of money on our credit cards to pay for merchandise that we could sell to try and raise money for this. We're asking anyone and everyone, if you can donate a few bucks or whatever, it's all going towards the kids. It's to pay for this big, this big system and everything. And then obviously we got a bunch of loot bags we'll be handing out, and we'll have some food items and stuff down there. But this costs money. So if everyone can, go to the site, gameoncanada.org, there is a place to donate right there. And, that's where the money
button actually says Shinny Night in Canada.
There you go. And
so click on Shinny Night in Canada to donate specifically to this event, because we do have another donate button on there for the legal initiative that we have. So make sure you're clicking on donate to Shinny Night in Canada button. And this event is free. It's not costing the kids, the parents, anything. So we are really counting on donations to come in to help pay for the porta potties that we have to bring in, and the videographers, and the live streaming, and the sound system, and all of those things cost money, and all the balls that we're going to need for the games, and the loot bags for the kids.
Hockey nets. So just to put this out there too, if anyone has, wants to donate hockey nets or anything like that, you can go to our website. There is a place you can send an email. So, what we can do is find out, get your contact information. If you got a hockey net you want to donate, we'll go round them up with a truck the day before, and we'll bring them back the next day. Also, we need a few basketball nets. and we're looking for videographers. I mean, if people have some professional equipment, you want to come down and record it so the kids can get, pictures with their favorite players and whatnot. And then we can take a collage of this and we can put it together. Picture this in druthers, you know what I mean? What's going on and replicate.
Well, let's just do this really quick. Hey, NHL and NBA, guess what's going on outside the venue there? We know you don't all agree, but maybe you can donate to the children to prove that you don't want to discriminate against them. Don't worry, we'll keep it on the down low. We'll keep it on the down low.
Your way of silently helping and taking part.
Yeah. If you can't come out and you don't want to speak out, donate a few bucks. This is all for the kids. I mean, we're not looking to get rich at this. I mean, anyone who knows me, I've been part of this for 18 months and I've never asked for a donation. I've always put my hand in my pocket with regards to Rise Up Durham, the initiative I had and whatnot. We did sell a few t-shirts, like minuscule, a couple of hundred. That was about it. And that was just basically, I bought a big banner that cost 300 change and I bought whatever. Like, I'm not in this for money, and anyone who knows me by now knows that. I've never asked for a dime, but obviously to put something on this big, we were trying to figure out how do we do it, and it's like, well, we need money. So, and right now we're putting ourselves in a little bit of debt over this. So we're hoping that people can come through first. And I will say thank you. There is some money coming in, so thank you. Just not quite enough yet. So, but
yeah, and people can donate day of cash right there too as well, right? So we want to make sure everybody knows that.
Yeah. Also, too, just to let you know, we bought a bunch of merchandise like T-shirts, like the Game On T-shirts. We have toques. We have ladies' shirts with the V-necks. We have baseball caps, toques, hoodies, youth hoodies, and stuff like that. So we have quite a bit of merchandise. And unfortunately, we didn't really think it through. We should have set it up on what do you call it? On a online shopping type thing where we could have it mailed out. Unfortunately, we didn't. It's my first rodeo with this kind of stuff. So we have the merchandise with us.
Cash at the event. You can buy it cash only at the event. We are not going to have an interactive machine or
it's a donation.
Like
it's a donation buy.
Suggested donation price will be down there.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so just I guess one more question I'm curious about. What's the kind of messages you are getting from parents? Like are they mainly angry messages that this even has to occur? Or like what are you hearing?
I'm not really hearing any negative messages. No. Honestly, I'm a soft-hearted person. I can cry watching a telephone commercial. The messages I'm getting are just nothing but love and positivity, and I don't know how I can't even read them anymore because every time I read them, I get teary-eyed.
People are excited by the event. They're appreciative. They're excited. Their kids are really, really excited. They can't wait to be able to go because they're right now not allowed to go and play. So they're so excited to be able to just go and play for a night and get to meet some of maybe their heroes and a lot of really supportive messages out there. Not meant, well, there's the odd parent that says, I wish we didn't have to do this, but I'm so glad we're doing this.
Right.
I just want to say a couple of things. Brandon Austin just put a comment in there. Join us on Facebook at Rise Up Durham and also on Facebook, Game On Canada. And I just have to put this out there, Brandon. You're ugly too. Private joke.
Brandon is one of our Rise Up Durham organizers. He's a big part of Rise Up Durham. Him and Jessica Wilkins and Nim Derlaka, Don Coe. We have so many amazing volunteers that are part of the Rise Up Durham. Tino. And Tino has been a big part of this as well. He's doing all the sound system and what have you. He's fantastic. Phenomenal.
And if you look through the links there, Tino has a link to a YouTube. I think what that is, he did a little video, click on it. And what he's asking for is any kids out there that want to do a little 10-second video clip of themselves, whatever, doing a trick shot or whatever. And, with the tagline, Game On Canada, let the kids play, whatever you want to do in relation to that, send us and obviously you have to allow us to use it. We're going to make like a collage, a montage that we will play on the big screen when we're down there. And if you want, you can even put a personal message to, Doug Ford or John Tory and ask them why you're not allowed to play hockey. I mean, we'll leave it up to you. Be creative.
Let us play.
But there is a link in there. I assume, Tino, that's what it is. And anyhow, it'll be up on the website anyway. But yeah, send us in your video clips and and people ask me, what can I do to help? What can I do to help? Okay, obviously we need a few dollars. So if you got a few dollars, that's great. But if not, share this. Don't be sharing memes. they're fun. We all get a chuckle out of them. If you just share this to every group you're in, that's it. Just get the message out, right? That's why I'm here with Amanda and why Jody's here. I've been doing this like for 2 or 3 days now, just doing interviews with people. And it's great because I've never really had a long conversation with Amanda other than, hey, how you doing? Or here's Amanda, and hand her the microphone before when I was.
We've known each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. I mean, this is all great. It took me a good month and a half to finally say something on a microphone because I started coming down to Queen's Park at day one when, you had Chris Guy and Vlad and Kellyanne and all of these people at the beginning there in Lamont. I watched them for about a month and a half. And I was like, I should say something. I'm like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I was too shy. And then, I don't know.
Now we can't shut him up.
Yeah.
He's not shy anymore. He is not shy anymore.
Well, it's true. It's true. But, it's a process, right?
Yep. Yeah, I'm excited to see if any of the players show up at any point prior or after from their games that are going on inside. That'll be awesome.
Wouldn't it be cool if they came out before they played and just hung out with the kids, or actually boycotted their own game?
Could you imagine?
Play with the kids? That would be incredible.
Absolutely. I want to give a shout out to people like Tyler Bertuzzi. I'm not putting you on the spot, but I'm just saying, give you a shout out because that takes a lot of courage to stand up. Anthony Wiggins, the basketball player, and very well spoken, actually, great spokesperson. And even Connor McDavid spoke out and said, because he was asked, obviously, and it's a hot topic. He said, everyone has a right to choose, and he respects both, your decision, and ultimately it should be your decision and your decision alone, whether or not you get the, jab. Yep. And I know I'm missing a few more off the top of my head, but there is quite a few other ones, like Mike Weaver. Oh my God, I can't remember.
Fleury.
Yeah.
He's been speaking out.
But I'm talking about current NHLers, and Fleury for speaking out, awesome. But current NHLers and sports figures in general that are just saying no. I mean, you have a choice. You're going to take heat, and we support you, and good on you. Having said that, though, anyone out there who would love to join and be part of this and put a smile on a kid's face, celebrity-wise, by all means, reach out to us. Go to gameoncanada.org and just send us an email through there.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, I am too. It's at the point now where, you know what I just found out? Because I've been doing, obviously speaking out and doing some rallies and whatnot, and some kids' play dates and stuff at the parks. I have received summons in the mail for violating the Reopening Ontario Act and stuff like that. And I don't care. Right? I'm doing it for the right reasons. Yeah. So I just went through my my paperwork to figure out when my next court date is. It's October 13th. 11 a.m. It's a Zoom court. So if I have to, I'll do it from down there.
Wow.
Is it the first one? Is it the first one?
No. It's the third one. My second one, they actually.
Pre-trial?
No, it's not even a pre-trial.
Oh,
the long story. I don't want to get into it on here, but basically, they don't know what to do with me.
Well, that's funny. They don't know what to do with many people.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And here we are.
I don't want to show my hand, but yeah. So that's what that's all about. So anyhow, it's whatever. I don't care. If I got to, I'll do a Zoom court from down there. So we'll see.
Fantastic.
Maybe we'll live stream it.
There you go.
Why not? Right?
Something to watch.
Why not? So, guys, it's Wednesday, October 13th at the Scotiabank Centre on Brenmer Boulevard in Toronto at
4
p.m.
start.
What time how long does this generally run? Are we just going to keep running until they run out?
Run until the kids drop.
The kids say we're done.
Yeah.
Good. That's amazing.
Yeah.
We figure somewhere between 8 and 10.
I picture it, to be honest with you. This is what I picture. People will come down at 4. You know what it's like every time there's a rally or something. It takes people about an hour to start rolling in and for the numbers to grow. So you'll probably get down there and, it'll get underway by 5:15, 5:30, fully underway. And then I figure, you got to keep in mind the Leafs game starts at 7. So you're still going to have a lot of fans coming in, seeing what we're doing. We're going to leave the wide parts of the sidewalks open. So there's going to be lots of access where, we went down and scoped it out. And we're going to work with the amount of people that are coming. So I expect it'll get underway by 5:30 and it'll go till probably 10 o'clock at night is what I think. We may not be playing hockey all that long, but there's fun-filled activities afterwards. We got some musicians coming down. We got a few speakers. We're going to try and keep the speeches short, but we're going to try and keep them pertinent to what's going on.
Yep.
And I expect it to go till probably 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Awesome. And homeschool parents, put your kids down for a nap that day. It's field trip time.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
This is
That's
great.
right.
So again, we've got Canadian frontline nurses coming,
Yep.
Yep.
right? Are we?
Yep.
Yep. Awesome. What
Yep,
about
they're on board.
educators for human rights? You've got some of the teachers coming.
Yeah, well, we do have a network of teachers. There's no real names on them with regards to
Okay.
organizations, but we do. We're in contact with a large group of teachers that are actually in Signal chat groups and whatnot that we've been communicating. So the videos like this, we'll send it to them and they can put it in their chat groups and stuff. So that's what we're doing. There's also a large group of city workers. My neighbor is a city worker and he's been asking for help because he knows, that I'm crazy and this is what I do. So I've been talking to him and other people, and we want to get them some information now to get into their chat groups. And they know about it. They're in support. There's also we already know about Police on Guard for Thee that are in support of this. Well, I just found out that another police officer reached out to me, and he said they have over 400 people in a chat group. So I told him about, I asked him if it was a Police on Guard for Thee. He said, no, what are that? So they didn't even hear of Police on Guard for Thee. So it's a good news that there's another group organization out there that are willing to jump on. And then you got the firefighters. Just, oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah.
The firefighters and EMS workers.
Yeah. And I can't even, and obviously the nurses just said that. And we have Dr. Byron Brittle. For those of you who don't know who he is, he's a vaccinologist out of the University of Guelph, and he's very, very prestigious. He has tenure, and he's not anti-vax. He's pro-vaccine. I mean, that's what he does for a living. But he said the science is in right now, the short science, and there's a lot of harms coming out of these jab. Sorry.
Yeah, he's screaming at the top of his lungs.
And
Stop.
they're trying to silence.
Do not consent. Do not consent. 100%.
Well, he's in the know. Anyhow, he's going to come down. And he's been talking. One of his biggest talking points, he said the early science is in that on average, I think it's kids under 19 years old are having 6 times more risk, 6-fold of heart complications and myocarditis. He said the early science is
that's in boys.
Yep.
That's in boys.
That's in boys. And
Yeah.
the major number for that is 15 years old. So keep that in mind, everyone.
Yeah.
That's where the major lump of them lies, is 15 years old. That's anyways. Anything else, you guys? Did I miss anything that we need to talk about here?
I'll just repeat a couple of things. Go if you want to find out more of what we're doing. This all started with Rise Up Durham. So just go on Facebook. It's just a Facebook group. Rise Up Durham, DURHAM. Rise Up Durham. Also on Facebook, we put Game On Canada. There's a website there. So Game On Canada on Facebook. And the website, GameOnCanada.org. Game On, that's the whole initiative. You can find us there. And there's tons of information up there. It is a little bit of a bare bones website. We keep adding more content every day. Keep checking back.
It's not bare bones anymore.
Well,
I don't know if you've been on it today. There is so much on there now.
Good. I know. And you know what? People keep sending me stuff. And Dermot, put this up. I'm like, oh my God, we need someone to send this to because I don't have time. My phone is ringing off the hook, as is Jody's. It's a good time to be alive. And you know what? I sleep a little bit better than I used to. I used to be awake, nervous, and worried all night. Now I'm awake, excited. So, I think the collective consciousness of mankind is starting to wake up. Don't get me wrong. These guys are, they're gunning for us and they're good. They're going to up their game. But you know what? There's a lot of good people out there. And
the silent majority is now getting loud.
That's
it.
So we're not even halfway through yet, friends.
Yeah. So share this far and wide.
And hold the line. Hold the line.
And do not consent.
Do not consent. Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining me today. And I'm looking forward to seeing what comes of all of this. Like I said, I get goosebumps thinking about it. I can't wait. I pray I can move a few things around to join you. It's a long drive, but I'll be there if I can.
Yeah.
Let us play.
Oh,
let us play. We are Canada. Let us play.
Exactly.
Oh, I want to put one more thing out there for our Soulshine family out there. There was an event that was put on in Blackstock. A bunch of us, freedom fighters and loving people had. It was basically a little bit of a camping trip / music festival. And our Soulshine family is going to be there. Those of you guys who remember Ashley Gilmore, she's going to be there singing the national anthem. And we got double MC, Wayne Moulin, who's actually putting together a nice little treat for us. He's writing a song, a Game On song, and he's been picking my brain So
And Chris
anyhow, down the
Beto
track.
has written a song for the
Oh,
kids.
Chris Beto, yeah.
And Lena Gauthier is also going to sing "O
The
Canada" in
national
French
anthem
for
in
us.
French. Yeah. Lena Gauthier.
Wow.
Yeah,
This is so incredible, you guys. I can't
All
it's an
even.
right.
awesome event. It's
Share this
going
everywhere.
to be an event to
Yep.
remember. Our kids are going to remember this forever.
And they're going to
Forever.
remember this is Canada's game. And
That's
Canada
right.
is true north, strong and free, friends.
That's it.
So
Exactly.
we've
Open up our
rolled the line.
churches.
Yep.
Those are our
Thank-
churches.
Yep. Thanks everybody for joining us today. If you have any questions, find the website. Again, gameoncanada.org. Want to volunteer? You know where to go to find them. 2 amazing people with many brilliant people in the background. Unfortunately, we can't get them all on here, but I would love to one time just to see the logistics of the hearts in motion. So thank you too. Thank you so much. I can't even. I can't even. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's it. That's it. I gotta go. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you so
Love you
much.
too.
for watching.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Amanda.
Amanda. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.